What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. I'm back already. Just when you thought the press conference had finished, and I said, wait till later today, the overview's coming out. Oh, we're back once again because here we go. The Casemiro move has moved very, very, very quickly because Fabrizio Romano has tweeted within the last couple of minutes or so. And I quote, Casemiro to Manchester United, here we go. Real Madrid accepted all details of the bid. Clubs preparing contracts right now. The fee, we have some confirmation on the fee. It's the same fee that's been put around, it must be said. But it's 60 million euros fixed fee with 10 million euros in add-ons. Casemiro has a full agreement on a 4-year deal with an option until 2027. So it's that 4 years plus an extra option deal, which when you say the year, you do go, that's a long time. That is a long time. So 5 years overall, 4 + 1 is what we're looking at. Now, when it comes to when it's going to be actually official and confirmed, there is a medical and then visa to be sorted during the weekend. But as we just sort of spoke about in the last couple of minutes or so, quite literally the last couple of minutes or so, because we were live, 5 minutes ago, something like that. It's an interesting one, and I'm considering we've just sort of had to go live really quickly. I want to get you guys' thoughts here in the chat as well. Get your super chats in. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Let us know your thoughts on your feelings of Casemiro now that it's not official, but it's near enough being official. Of course, once Romano says the here we go, it's near enough done. It's near enough confirmed. I have kind of moved a little bit when it comes to the Casemiro deal. We were talking about this morning, that initially when it was first announced, when the initial interest in Casemiro was revealed and reported, Flex and myself we were on the transfer view and we were saying, why on earth? Why would he want to come to Manchester United? Why would a player that's been incredibly successful at Real Madrid, I think he signed for them, 2013? Ironically, it was a player that was signed by Jose Mourinho at Real Madrid. But nevertheless, you've got a player that's been so successful at Madrid, won multiple La Ligas, won Champions Leagues multiple times, has achieved everything there is to achieve at Real Madrid on multiple occasions. Why would he want to come to Manchester United? A side that's in decline, a side that's struggling, a side that hasn't won their first 2 Premier League games, a side that's not in the Champions League this season. Then they're in the Europa League, a side that's got players that he used to play with in the past, in Rafael Varane and Cristiano Ronaldo, all those players, all of those aspects. Why would he want to join Manchester United? It felt like it was an impossible deal to do and an unlikely deal, certainly, to do. But I guess things have shifted over the last couple of days. I guess things have changed, i.e. money. We can't hide from the fact the money situation is what it is when it comes to this deal. I think that was the real true tempting aspect to Casemiro. Now, whilst it has been reported that he is going to be getting double the wages he is on at Real Madrid, we have been told here at the channel that is indeed not accurate. It is an increase in salary. It is, I guess you would say, a substantial increase in his salary, but he's not doubled it. He is clearly looking like going to be one of the highest paid players in the Premier League and certainly one of the highest paid players at Manchester United. But it's also been stressed to us that there are performance-related aspects to his contract, i.e. if we qualify for the Champions League this season, he will make more money in terms of his salary in the future and I guess performance-related bonuses as well. But if we have a season like we had last season where we don't qualify for the Champions League, there will most likely be a reduction in his salary or there will be something involving that as well. Now, that is par for the course with most Manchester United contracts, with most people when they sign with Manchester United. There are performance-related aspects regarding Champions League qualification because it's not a certainty anymore like it used to be previously. Cristiano Ronaldo, it's been widely documented, has had a 35%, I believe, reduction in his contract because we failed to qualify for the Champions League. But there still are incentives for him to do well and for the team to do well at Manchester United because that's been a concern for some. Marcel spoke about it earlier that the alarm bells do go off with this kind of deal, right? He's 30 years of age. He's coming for a club where he's achieved lots of stuff to a club there where is in turmoil, that is struggling for a lot of money. You could question how committed to the cause is he going to be, how how really, truly important to Manchester United is he going to be? But I push back on that. I really do. I think this is a situation where it's a guy that wants a new challenge, that has achieved everything at Real Madrid. Yeah, there's a substantial rise in his pay, but there needs to be to get him to come to Manchester United. Why else would he want to join us? There are aspects of his Real Madrid situation that maybe had him considering his future, and there's been a lot made, I guess, about the age, because, and I've sometimes been guilty of it myself, that a player's 30 and people tend to write them off. And sometimes that criticism is fair, but sometimes it isn't. You've kind of got two types of players, shall we say. You've got two types of players when they get past 30. You can get the player that's one kind of player. That's your Raphael Varanes, or I don't know, your Eden Hazards, or those kind of players where they were great and then they get to 30 or they get just past 30 and they start to decline. They lose what made them great, whether it's the started. They improve. You get a player like a Thiago Silva. How many people wrote off Thiago Silva when he came to Chelsea? Oh, he's too old. It's too late. He's just coming to the Premier League at this point because, he's never played in the Premier League before, but he just wants to earn that big Premier League money. I mean, he was coming from PSG, but he just wants to earn that big Premier League money. And look at him now. He could play for another 4 or 5 years at the top level. He's great. It's his ability to adapt. Granted, different positions. Casemiro is a defensive midfielder. Most importantly, this is the key aspect here, because I don't want to appear hypocritical, even though, look, I might be. When it's someone like N'Golo Kante, who I previously said, if we had the opportunity to sign Kante, I wouldn't want to sign him because of his fitness record, of his injury record. He's out of action right now through injury. He pulled his hamstring last weekend. One of the best aspects of Casemiro is his ability to stay fit, with one of his abilities to play continuous games over and over again. So I think that's a positive there as well. I certainly am cautious to be like, we've signed Casemiro for 60 million euros plus 10 and add-ons, so a total package of 70 million euros to get the best out of Fred. That feels a little bit alarming, doesn't it? That does feel slightly alarming. So I'm not too certain about that aspect of it, but he improves our side. And how long, as Manchester United fans, how long have we been saying we desperately need a defensive midfielder? We so badly need a defensive midfielder. Well, we've got one. We now have a defensive midfielder. That's a positive. And I think that should be... That's an element of positivity for Manchester United, certainly. Does it fix all of our issues? Absolutely not. No one player will fix Manchester United's problems. Not at all. Casemiro, Frankie de Jong, whoever it may be, whoever else is going to come in, Anthony, which apparently he wasn't at training today, or he reported to the Ajax training, but didn't actually participate in training, I don't know. Cody Gakpo, not one of them fixes Manchester United's issues. And the biggest issue has nothing to do with players at Manchester United. Don't let that fool you as well. The biggest issue at Manchester United still, and always will be, whilst they are in charge, whilst they own the club, are the Glazers. The ownership is the biggest issue at Manchester United. It will always be. And whilst we can celebrate this signing, and whilst we can be happy with it, I am happy with this signing, it still doesn't change the fact of what is the biggest issue heading into Monday's fixture, and that is the ownership. That is the Glazers. That's the biggest problem at Manchester United. A couple of super chats. Ash says, why can I see Casemiro linked to Besiktas in 2 years? And he follows up there saying, never forget Madrid are experts at when to offload. I guess saying similar to Raphael Varane when he was at Real Madrid as well. He worked out. Now, again, I consider Schweinsteiger a bit of a different situation. I see Bastian Schweinsteiger as a player that was a player that had fitness issues. I see Bastian Schweinsteiger as someone that... Are we? We're back. We are back. Wow. It's one of those days, folks. The Glazers, they're getting in. They're getting in and they're trying to stop us from streaming. The stream is not streaming. But we apologize. We're doing our best here. So be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe whilst we get this fixed. Ramos says, Casemiro is great, but plus Neves would be perfect. Again, I don't think any one person comes in and fixes these issues. I think that's the point, that Casemiro is, and this is kind of what Flex was alluding to when he was saying, I saw it on social media, and he said it today on Sky, saying, there is just almost a part of me that worries about what truly, can he solve Manchester United's issues? And the answer is that he can't. He can be part of the answer to certainly the midfield issues that Manchester United have. And clearly he is a better option to have than McTominay and or Fred. He's better than both of them. And he is actually a defensive midfielder who that is what he is, a defensive midfielder. For so long under Ollie and under Ralph, that we were playing McTominay and Fred in defensive midfield roles when they're not even defensive midfielders. We would say this all the time. When they would have poor performances, we would say they're rubbish, but also they're doing jobs that they're not really capable of doing, i.e. a defensive midfielder role. Casemiro can do that. So we have actually addressed, or seemingly have attempted to address that situation. I saw a stat on Sky earlier today that said that he's something like the fourth or maybe third most expensive player over 30 ever. So it's a big investment. Make no mistake, it still reeks of desperation and still reeks of panic at Manchester United, because that's the situation we're in right now. We're desperate. We're panicking. Backs are against the wall. We've had a terrible start to the season. I don't envisage it getting any better, especially after the game against Liverpool. We could be in a situation after Monday night where Manchester United would have lost their opening 3 Premier League games. That has never happened before. And that's against 2 teams in Brighton and Brentford that are good sides, but Manchester United were expected to defeat. So this is Richard Arnold. This is everyone panicking that we're short, and we knew we were short. Does Casemiro come in and suddenly we start winning games? I don't know. I hope so. But again, I don't think there's one solution to Manchester United's issues, it must be said. Star-Lord has been a member for 3 months. I believe actually Star-Lord was the first ever member. I believe he was member number 1 of the United View Members Club. So 3 months of membership. Appreciate the contributions and the support. Star-Lord says, it's been a pleasure. And 2 bomb emojis. Yes, you can use those emojis. They are exclusive to the members. You can get your emojis, you can get your badges, you can get your exclusive members-only content as well. And be sure to smash a like on the like button. Got over 600 people watching. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner too. Avram's Ponytail is here with the super chat. Says, you're welcome, Flex, friend. You will miss us. Flex, that's what I am, Flex's friend. Oh, I have a name. I'm Owen. I'm a contributor here. I'm a presenter. Flex friend. Oh, terrible. You will miss us when we're out, and I'm blowing in the breeze. Take it sleazy. I always do. Up the United View. Appreciate the contribution. Avram's Ponytail. Appreciate the contribution. I can't believe that. Flex friend. Oh. Unbelievable. But if you are just joining us, as I mentioned, Fabrizio Romano has tweeted saying, Casemiro to Manchester United. Here we go. Real Madrid accepted all details of the bid. Clubs preparing contracts right now. A 60 million euro fixed fee, 10 million euros in add-ons. Casemiro has full agreement on a 4-year deal, option until 2027. Medical and then visa to be sorted during the weekend. So again, that's the latest situation when it comes to Casemiro. Again, he's not going to be starting or playing against Liverpool on Monday. The hope and expectation was that Casemiro would be signed before the game against Liverpool, and that is going to be the case. I would assume that we will hear an announcement or see an announcement from Manchester United, whether it's just deal in principle, whether it's him eventually holding up the shirt. I don't know. I would almost expect actually the whole holding up the shirt aspect. I would actually maybe expect to see that possibly Monday. Like I mentioned, I wouldn't be shocked if I see him in the crowd, if he's presented to the crowd before the game or anything like that. So maybe that might be what happens. But he's not going to be involved in the game on Monday because the registration period to play the game, to play the players or play in the games rather this weekend has to be today. I think that deadline might have already passed. In addition to that, he's got to also sort out the visa situation at Manchester United, which can take a couple of days too. So no chance that he'll be involved in the game against Liverpool. Possibly the next Premier League match, which is what? Leicester? Is it Southampton or Leicester? I forget which one's next, but he could be involved in that one. That might be the time in which Casemiro makes his debut. And what kind of situation what kind of side is he truly going to be walking into? He, in all reality, could be walking in, or in my opinion, likely will be walking into a Manchester United side that would have had 3 consecutive Premier League defeats, the worst start in Manchester United's Premier League history, and he's got his work cut out for him. That midfield has so many gaps in them. That midfield has got more holes than a sieve. And is he going to be the guy to plug all of those gaps? I don't know. But I think it's a positive signing for Erik Ten Hag. I know there's been some confusion or pushback in the case of he's an alternative to Frankie de Jong, but his play style is completely different to Frankie de Jong in Casemiro. So how is he going to fit in Ten Hag's system? Well, Ten Hag did play with a defensive midfielder in Alvarez at Ajax, a ball winner, and then just won the ball back and released it. And I see Casemiro playing that role at Manchester United. I still see Ten Hag utilising the 4-2-3-1, and I see Casemiro in the sort of defensive midfield role, or the ball-winning midfielder role. And then next to him, possibly a Fred or possibly a Christian Eriksen, a sort of deeper line playmaker, or someone that can then be allowed to travel up the pitch or be more advanced as they go up the pitch. Whether or not he unlocks Fred, whether or not if that's even possible, I don't know if it's possible to unlock Fred. But I do think, looking at Ralf Rangnick's tenure at Manchester United, Fred, when he plays higher up the pitch, when he's more advanced, you do see more quality in him. Fred got goals and assists at Manchester United last season when Ralf came in. He scored the first goal under Ralf Rangnick against Crystal Palace. We saw him in pre-season score a goal against Liverpool with a chip. And I guess the hope would be that if Casemiro allows Fred to venture further forward and be less focused on defensive duties, then possibly they can get the best out of him and replicate some of the performances we've seen between them at international level. Because we hear this all the time about Fred, don't we? We hear, oh, Fred, when he plays for Brazil, he's almost like a different player. Why is that the case? Well, possibly because he's playing different roles at Manchester United. He's expected to be a defensive midfielder just because he can get around the pitch when his qualities aren't suited to being a defensive midfielder. Now that we've actually got a proper defensive midfielder, possibly we can actually see some improvement from Fred. But I would have major reservations, and I'm very, very uncomfortable with spending a total package of 70 million euros with the mindset of, we can get the best out of Fred if we bring this player in. No. We spend 70 million euros on a player that's 30 because we believe he can improve Manchester United right now. And because we don't have any other player like him at the club. We don't have someone that is a proper defensive midfielder, that is a born winner, that has proven quality. Yes, there are concerns with the age, with the wages, with the play style. And yes, there are concerns that this feels like a signing that would have been made under Ed Woodward. It's exactly a Manchester United type signing, isn't it? A player that's achieved a lot and had great success at one club. But you go, why would he want to come to Manchester United? Why now? Consider his age. Yeah, they are alarm bells ringing, but Casemiro is going to be a Manchester United player. So at this stage, we back him. We hope that he can improve Manchester United. We hope he can improve Manchester United's midfield. We hope that he stays fit. And hopefully it's a player that can help Erik Ten Hag play the way he wants to play. And most importantly, hopefully he's a player that can help Manchester United get results that we need. Because that's what we need right now. We need players and we need results. And ultimately, as I mentioned, don't let it distract you, we need new owners as well. That's what we really need at Manchester United. Don't let it distract you. We can celebrate it. We can be happy with it. I think he's a good player. I think he improves our squad. I think he is someone that can help Erik Ten Hag play the way he wants to play. I don't buy into he can't play in an Erik Ten Hag system. I don't think that's accurate. But don't let it distract you from what is the big situation, which is the ownership at Manchester United. Monday, big game, obviously, under the lights, Old Trafford, Manchester United, Liverpool. But the game is still the backdrop to what is the most important situation, which is the ownership situation. You have, for the first time since 2005, the owners who are considering selling at least part of the club or possibly all of it. That is beyond significant, and any transfer news will pale in comparison to that. Yes, they're talking about minority ownership. Forget that. You've got people like Sir Jim Ratcliffe, like other consortiums that are circling Manchester United with a view of the owners might be open to selling and we're willing to buy. And Casemiro coming in is great. Anthony's coming in great. And the club still has to operate on a day-to-day basis. I'm sure Richard Arnold and John Murtough have probably been told by the Glazers, just business as usual. And business will always be as usual until we get new owners, and all of that stuff will happen in the background. So this is the day-to-day operations of Manchester United. This will continue. But in the bigger picture, in the grander scheme of things at Manchester United, the real true key is changing ownership at Manchester United. And that's the most important thing. Sachinora is the latest member of the UV Members Club. Welcome. We've got nearly 900 people watching, so be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Apologies for the connection issues that we were having earlier on. Gremlins in the system is what it is, unfortunately. But as I mentioned, we've got over nearly 900 people watching, so let's see if we can get those likes up to close to 500 as we wrap things up here. But just once again, because there have been some people joining recently, Fabrizio Romano has tweeted, quote, Casemiro to Manchester United. Here we go. Real Madrid accepted all details of the bid. Clubs preparing contracts right now. 60 million euros fixed fee, 10 million euros in add-ons. Casemiro has a full agreement on a 4-year deal, option until 2027. So we're looking at a 5 years overall contract for the 30-year-old, who of course turns 31 later this year. We have the medical and the visa, which is set to be sorted this weekend. He will not play any part against Liverpool. It is a significant improvement in his salary, but not double the wages as has been previously reported. So there you go, guys. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below as well. Your thoughts on Manchester United seemingly getting closer or almost being confirmed to have signed Casemiro from Real Madrid for that transfer fee of 60 million euros plus 10 million euros in add-ons. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And we will be back with the overview later on this evening, 6 p.m. You can join Matisse and myself as we preview the Premier League fixtures this weekend for game week 3. Or just a super chat before we wrap things up, saying from Ethan Johnson, saying, this is another example of incompetence running the club. We shouldn't be excited for this signing, but it's just a slap in the face. So there you go. Ethan saying it's another sign of incompetence at Manchester United. But there we go. Casemiro to Manchester United. Here we go. And we'll speak for you again very soon. We're out of here. Peace.